Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome back to another episode of Two Wheel Talks. Grab your popcorn, get some drinks, and enjoy the show.
Alrighty, what's up guys and welcome back.
Can I steal this beautiful man for a second please?
Yes, okay. Take break, cut. Action. Alright, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here with episode 6 of the walk around, and guys, we've got quite a special one, and it's one of the first times that I'm not going to know a lot about a bike, because it is the first one that I'm actually coming across. So yeah, maybe if some of you guys in the comments know a little bit more, you could drop some knowledge on us, please, if you don't mind. So just a little disclaimer, this is a CBR600 F. Now, you guys will see that it does say 600 RR on here. However, that is just a fairing kit. This is a CBR600 F. The main thing that I pick up is that the handlebars are just a little bit higher. And from the little bit of research that I've done, that is basically the standout thing. It's more so just a little bit relaxed in terms, well, it's just a little bit more relaxed when compared to the likes of your genuine CBR600 RR. However, if you don't know that this thing even exists, if you just think it's a double R, you wouldn't think otherwise. It rides like one. So guys, this is a 2007 and is selling for $89,900. This is a freshie. We got this in recently. It's only recent, well, maybe not recently, but it recently hit the floor. So yeah, you guys can come and check this thing out, test ride it, yeah, have a real good look at it. We've got Maniki over there. He was a guy who rudely interrupted us, but he'll happily be able to help you out with purchasing this thing or having a look at it or test riding it or whatever it is that you want to do. So yeah, guys, to start things off with, I feel like we have to go and jump and dive into the modifications. So yeah, first things first, I'm going to start here at the front. We're going to work our way backwards. And I do just want to bring something to light now that I'm here. I must say, guys, we have struggled for the life of us to get this headlight to fit flushly in there. So yeah, I know our mechanics are going to have another go at it. They're super busy right now getting bikes ready for the floor. We also have a service center there, so yeah, we've got a small group of guys trying to do a lot. So yeah, I'm sure the mechanics will come back to this and get this sorted. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out to you guys, because yeah, it is noticeable. You guys can see it, and yeah, the whole point of these is to give you guys a real good look at the bike, and especially to highlight damage. That's one of the things that we're going to get to. So yeah, but first of all, we're going to start with modifications, guys. As you will see, we do not have some stock CBR mirrors. We've got some very nice winglet mirrors. Makes it look like a jet. Looks super cool. You can get ones that are a little bit smaller than this, and you can actually get ones with indicators. So yeah, just a little side note if you decide to change that. Otherwise, if you do want the stock mirrors, we can organize that for you. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Then, as you guys can see, we've got some nice little bar ends over there, so if the bike does fall, it might protect your lever. Chances are that it will. Will it? Okay, I feel like if your handlebars are turned this way, it might not protect it, but if your handlebars are turned that way, it'll definitely protect that lever. So yeah, you can get ones that actually extend a little bit further out, or they actually wrap around here. But nowadays it's quite uncommon for me to see stock levers. Most people have the adjustable shorties. So yeah, I would actually rather just go and get adjustable shorties, because it is one of my favorite things to do to a bike, or rather one of my favorite things for a bike to have. It's basically just a shorter version, so it just fits your two fingers there perfectly. It doesn't really extend all the way out. And I do see this one is adjustable, but yeah, I just feel like the little shorties work a little bit better. Nonetheless, I know some people who love these, because me personally, I ride probably about there, but there are some people who are riding all the way out here, just kind of resting their palms, and that's where they need these longer levers. So yeah, at the end of the day, it all comes down to personal preference. I know people who hate shorties, and I know people who hate long levers. So yeah, personal preference at the end of the day, guys. Then you guys will see we've got a nice, slick and sexy Dewet&Bikes tank pad. Plus 10 points for that. Plus 10 points for that, guys. Grips, they look very similar to the stock grips. However, these are some nice little freshies. So we've got some fresh grips on there for you guys. And probably the highlight on the bike actually is our muffler, guys. I mean, look at this thing, an Aero Special Parts muffler. That thing is looking absolutely snazzy. Hate it or love it, I love it. This little piece that comes out the back there, it just finishes it off for me. I have seen one online where this is actually flipped upwards. It's a little bit interesting. For me personally, I like it like this. And then we've got a nice piece of heat shield over there just to protect all of the plastics, because even though it's not making contact with that plastic there, guys, over time the heat will damage all of this. It's something that I experienced on my own personal bike. So yeah, if you do have an undertail exhaust, just make sure you've got some sort of heat shield there just to protect your plastics and everything else in that area. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bike. Unfortunately, I don't think it has full headers. Ooh, those headers are very, very clean. Yeah, no, I don't think those are aftermarket. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that they are aftermarket. I'm pretty sure they aren't. But nonetheless, we've got a beautiful, beautiful muffler on there. We do still have the cat that is sitting behind here. So yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be too crazy when it comes to sound. But yeah, that cat is in there. I guess the pro from that is your fuel efficiency is going to be slightly better than what it would be if you didn't have one. So yeah. Unfortunately, guys, we do not have the passenger pegs. However, once again, we can organize that if that's something that you want. However, we have a lot of guys coming in here, and yeah, we have a lot of bikes that we buy without them, and we have a lot of people who buy them and actually, don't really care. So yeah, same kind of story with the seats, the rear seats. We have had a lot of situations where people want the rear seat cover, and we've had a lot of situations where people want the rear seat. So yeah, again, we'll organize it for you guys. So we kind of just have to tailor these things once they're going out the door. We can't just go and buy a rear seat cover because we think the next person is going to want one, So yeah, guys, we will obviously organize that for you upon purchase. Yeah, just bear that in mind. We can sort that out. It's not like an end of the world sort of thing. You guys will see these are some nice fresh seat covers, super, super nice. Mine are actually done by the same company, so yeah, I can give a very good review for that. And yeah, guys, I think that's it in terms of modifications. So I'm just going to jump into a little bit of the damage that we've got going on, and then we'll give you guys a nice little startup. So as mentioned, guys, this front little headlight does need to be aligned with that fairing, so we will get to that. Yeah, we know about it, we're not ignoring it. And then yeah, guys, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. I don't know. I am pretty sure that this is a new fairing kit. But again, those bar ends are looking pretty clean. Nothing has been snapped off, so I think it's pretty safe to say that this thing hasn't been dropped on that side, from what I can see at least. So yeah, it's a pretty clean bike, guys. No dents on the rims. Not seeing any sort of major scratches and stuff. Obviously, there's just some weathering on that exhaust shield there, that aluminium. Yeah. Really, guys, the only sort of negative that I'm seeing is that we just don't have those passenger pegs, and that's something that we can fix very easily. Again, seats have just been reupholstered. Tank is looking nice and fresh. Up front, we're looking nice and fresh. Chain is looking pretty good. Sprockets are in good condition. Well, the rear one is. I can't actually get a look on the front. Foot peg and everything are still in good condition. So I'm like very certain this thing hasn't been dropped, guys. We do have some scuff marks here at the back. However, that is most likely from chain maintenance. As you guys can see, even just putting the bike on the rear stand, you can cause some damage there. So yeah, just be really careful when you're putting them on the rear stand. Make sure it's not making contact with that swing arm. Just make sure that you adjust your rear stand accordingly, and then you won't get those scratches. Yeah, guys, that's it, eh? This thing is looking pretty snazzy. Let's go and get the keys and get a nice little startup for you guys. Right. Hey.
Grabbing the wrong keys, man.
Give me the keys. Hey, listen, I got this all on video. I'm gonna tell you about you disturbing me. Alrighty. Here we go. As I said, guys, nothing too crazy. We've got Captain Jacks over there, one of the mechanics. Yeah, nothing too crazy. It is definitely louder than your stock pipe. I mean, obviously it's got an arrow exhaust on there, so yeah, it sounds absolutely brilliant. Guys, we're just gonna let it warm up for a little bit, and then yeah, I'll come back to you guys and we'll give it a little bit of a rev. Alrighty, guys, it's been a few minutes. Let's give it a little rev. Okay, Garen's busy. But yeah, Garen is a CBR600 R, and that thing sounds absolutely mental. And I do know that that thing has got a shorty pipe on the back, I'm pretty sure, and it has been decatted. So yeah, this bike sounds absolutely crazy. So yeah, all you have to do is a little decat, nice little link pipe there, you guys can go to Dominator Exhaust or Stealth Performance Exhaust. They'll be able to hook you up. And yeah, guys, that's it for today's episode of the walk around. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. If you know anything about the CBR600 F, drop it down in the comments. I'm sure some people would like to know more about it, including myself. So yeah, guys, that's it from me today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.